In this video, I will provide information on a Hoyer lift. By the end of this video, you should be able to recognize when it is appropriate to utilize a Hoyer lift for a patient transfer, identify parts of the Hoyer lift, and become familiar with various kinds of slings. Transfers between various surfaces via a Hoyer lift are chosen by the therapist for many reasons. Some of the reasons can include the patient's body size or weight, their degree of disability, the patient's level of health, alertness, and cognition, or the therapist's health and well-being. For the mechanical Hoyer lift, the price can range between $2,683 to a little over $4,000. For the hydraulic pump type of lift, as the one we have seen in lab, it can range from $731 to $1,646.28. Here are some types of slings used for the Hoyer lift transfers. The full body sling with the commode opening on the first picture is a little over $163. The standard transfer sling is a little more expensive, costing $193.61. The full body sling on the bottom is $179.55. Here's a photo of the Hoyer lift with the attached sling. We're now going to watch some videos on the parts of a Hoyer lift prior to seeing it in use.
Understanding of a Reliant or Jasmine lift. It's good to know the parts. Basically, the lift is made of three assemblies: the base, the mast, and the boom. Let's start at the bottom and work our way up, beginning with the base. The base rides over the floor on these four low-friction casters. The rear ones are lockable. This is a feature that comes in handy when you're adjusting the sling for initial setup on the patient. You'll see later. Next are the legs. There are two of them, and they're adjustable. With the legs closed, the lift can be maneuvered more easily through doors, around furniture, and in tight hallways. Jasmine lifts and some Reliant lifts have motorized legs that open and close at the touch of a button. Other Reliant lifts, like this one, have manually operated legs. The legs into place. We can't emphasize enough the importance of making sure the legs are locked in the open position when lifting a patient. The lift is most stable when the legs are fully open and locked. They must be fully open to ensure proper weight distribution and balance. The next assembly is the mast. Here you'll find these ergonomically designed push handles, a hand pendant which houses the operator's controls, the battery, a control box, and the actuator which actually lifts the patient. Attached to the mast is the boom. The boom is the lifting arm, and at the end of it is the swivel bar. The sling attaches to the swivel bar and it's padded for safety. The boom is operated by using the controls on the hand pendant. With the push of a button, you can gently raise or lower the boom. It's very smooth and quiet.
We're now going to see a bed-to-wheelchair transfer demonstration via a Hoyer lift.
Make sure that there are no obstacles under the bed. Satisfied that you have clearance, move the legs to the full open position. Now, steer the lift with the push handle and move it into position over the bed. Lock the lift's rear casters to prevent it from moving while you attach the sling. The swivel bar should be aligned so that it's parallel with the resident's shoulders for proper attachment. Keep the swivel bar away from the resident's head. Press the down arrow on the hand pendant to actuate the boom. Lower it close enough to the resident so that you can attach the sling to the swivel bar. Each strap has a series of color-coded attachment loops that allow you a number of ways for resident's legs, use the loops at the end of the straps. Again, be sure to use the same color loop for both sides. But the top color loops do not have to match the bottom color loops. After attaching the sling, unlock the casters on the lift. The lift must be free to adjust to a new center of gravity. If the casters are locked, the lift can become unstable, tip over, and people can get hurt. Make sure the resident's arms are inside the straps. Put a slight amount of tension on the sling by pressing the up button on the hand pendant to elevate the boom. Double check to make sure that all sling straps are secured to the swivel bar. If they're not, lower the sling and fix them. Now, lift the resident a few inches off the bed. When clear, gently swing their feet away from the bed. Use the steering handle to pull the lift away. Stand squarely behind the lift. Place both hands on the handles and push. Never pull or push on the boom. Use the handles to push it into position over the wheelchair. Press the down button on the hand pendant to lower the resident onto the chair. The second caregiver should position themselves behind the wheelchair. Use the straps or handles on the side and back of the sling to turn the resident so that their back is against the back of the wheelchair. Lock the casters on the lift. Remove the straps. Remove the lift. The sling can be left in place.
In summary, we must know that the therapist and patient safety and well-being is required for a Hoyer lift. There are different kinds of Hoyer lifts and slings. We were able to identify parts of the Hoyer lift, as well as the Hoyer lifts and slings cost, as well as where to purchase.